The Coyote Twin, Vermilion's downtown theater. Providing entertainment Thursdays through Sundays.
Tonight, Oktoberfest celebrates Vermilion's German heritage.
We'll have that and more coming up. Coyote News starts right now.
Dakota Days is right around the corner. Welcome to Coyote News. I'm Xander Hull.
And I'm Ava Sevening. We'll get to that story in a moment. But first, Vice presidential nominees J.D. Vance and Tim Walz debated in New York City last night. USD Democrats hosted a watch party of the debate. Those attending had a chance to fill out a bingo sheet filled with the topics that might be brought up and discussed. Also available at the watch party was information about voter registration for South Dakota, North Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming. The candidates focused on topics of immigration, abortion, the economy, and the conflict over in the Middle East. The 2024 presidential election will take place in early November. Team USA Olympians and Paralympians visited the White House, including USD student Miles Kraske. On Monday, President Joe Biden welcomed the athletes to recognize their achievement in the summer's Games in Paris. In his speech, Biden thanked them for representing the very best of America. He said that they are setting the example for young people across the country and allowing them to start believing in themselves. Biden wasn't permitted to attend the Paris Games because his presence would have been too disruptive. However, he does look forward to attending the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles when he is no longer president.
Dakota Days is next week, and with that comes with a week full of events. Homecoming week kicks off with Coyote Carnival on Monday night. Then enjoy some free breakfast on Tuesday and s'mores with a movie on Wednesday. Head to downtown Vermilion for a live DJ and dancing on Thursday and root beer floats on Friday. Dakota Days wraps up on Saturday with a parade and a football game against the University of Northern Iowa.
Applications for at-large Senate seats are open for the Student Government Association. Senators' responsibilities include attending the weekly Tuesday meetings, 2 hours of office work, and 1 hour of community work each week. To apply, submit a resume to the SGA email and complete the application. Applications are due on Saturday at midnight. Interviews will take place the following Monday in the SGA office located in the Muck.
Vermilion residents took to the Radingen Platz Friday to celebrate the community's annual Oktoberfest. Attendees were treated to a celebration of German culture, including food, a live polka band, and of course, plenty of craft beer. The German club from both Vermilion High School and USD provided pretzels and Wiener Schnitzels for the event. Vermilion Chamber and Events Manager Katie Heine says that events like these bring all of Vermilion together.
It's really important for a college city to have something that's really fun, especially with University of South Dakota when we have one of the largest international students group. We utilize the German heritage as basically just a platform, but celebrating anything in Vermilion is a lot of fun.
The festival also included a Bohemian tractor pull competition, new for this year. Oktoberfest won't return until next fall, but more community events can be found on Vermilion Chamber's website.
The Big Pink Volleyball Tournament is raising money for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. Dolly's program will mail 1 free book a month to every kid age 0 to 5 who registers with Vermilion United Way. Teams can register through the IM League's website, and the deadline to register is today. The official tournament will take place at 5 on Monday at the Wellness Center. iCare is hosting their hashtag Put the Nail In It campaign. The goal is to inspire individuals to do their part to end domestic violence and to have those conversations about the issue. iCare is painting ring fingernails purple to anyone who stops by the event to help spread awareness. The campaign takes place in the Muck tomorrow from 11 to 1. After the break, how one sorority is giving back to children's literacy. You're watching Coyote News.
The University of South Dakota's Department of Media and Journalism.
You're never gonna know.
Fostering students' talent and creativity through the art of filmmaking. Share your stories. Bring your ideas to life. Discover your passion. Find your voice. Join USD's Department of Media and Journalism today.
This is Coyote News.
Pi Beta Phi held their annual philanthropy event last week. Pi Phi Sugar High allows attendees to indulge in all kinds of ice creams and sweet treats. The event attracted individuals from other groups more than just Greek life. Alexandra Parks is the Vice President of Community Relations for the sorority.
All the proceeds go to Read, Lead, Achieve, which is supporting children's literacy around the world.
Pi Beta Phi seeks to create a more literate and productive society through Read, Lead, Achieve. The program is centered around assisting individuals with their literacy skills. Pi Beta Phi is already planning for their next event, Line Dancing for Literacy.
Sigma Alpha Epsilon is raising money for children. The fraternity is holding their annual car wash. There is a cost for each wash, but all proceeds will go to the Children's Miracle Network organization and Dakotathon. The car wash will take place at the fraternity's house on Friday night from 5 to 6:30. Dakotathon is teaming up with Sorority and Fraternity Life for Trivia Night. The trivia questions will be about Greek life at USD. It takes place tomorrow night at Varsity Pub, and you do not need to be 21 to enter. All proceeds from the event will go to the Sanford Children's Hospital in Sioux Falls.
The university has come out with their annual Security and Fire Safety Report. This contains information regarding campus safety and security, including topics such as campus law enforcement authority, crime reporting policies, and campus alerts. The report shows crime statistics for the 3 most recent calendar years concerning reported crimes that occurred on campus. For 2023, liquor law violation arrests decreased compared to previous years, but the number of violations referred for disciplinary action increased. Coyote News' Parker Orr is live in the muck with the university's chief of police to learn more about the report. Parker?
Thanks, Sander. I'm live with Chief Jackson to discuss the annual Safety and Security Report. Chief Jackson, there was a decrease in liquor arrests for violations this year, but there was an increase in disciplinary actions for liquor violations. What could be the cause of this change?
Yeah, I think part of it really is we're just seeing less students out and about with alcohol around campus. So those numbers would also include non-students as well. But really looking at the increase in disciplinary referrals more than likely comes from resident assistance and infractions occurring inside the residence halls themselves.
And then 18 sexual assaults were reported in the 23 term. There haven't been any reported this year. Could this be due to any actions the university and its police department have taken over the last year?
Yeah, I think we've really worked, really well collaboratively. So doing some changes this year. So bringing that sexual assault prevention programming into Welcome Week, I think, is a huge step. Something the student body had really advocated for, and so working with student services, really able to make that change. Coupling that with, just an increase in prevention programming, increase in awareness, resource availability and things like that. I think we've really done some great strides to making resources available, and really hoping that we can get our victim survivors the resources that they need, so they can work on their path forward and then ultimately persist through to graduation.
And then North Complex is stated as having a partial sprinkler system, unlike the other residence halls. What does this entail, and is it just as safe as the other residence halls when it comes to fire prevention and safety?
Yeah, absolutely. So, a detailed question for our fire safety officer, so Scott Potterworth. But really, it looks at the placement of some of those extinguishers, whether the wet suppression system is actually inside the dorm room themselves, inside the hallway. Some of those things, really, that semantics, breaking down that language. But absolutely, just as safe as any other residence hall.
And then how can students report violations as well as incidents they report on campus while being safe in doing so?
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways. If you live on campus, your resident advisor, the hall director, the dean of the student's office, the university police department, Title IX, the list goes on, right? So really just trying to provide a plethora of individuals, whoever you might feel, most safe reporting to. That option is what's available and ready for you. That could look like the Student Counseling Center as another example. So really there's just a long list. But ultimately, the University Police Department's on campus 24/7, willing to help and assist, in any type of situation.
Thank you so much for joining us, Chief Jackson. Live for Coyote News, I'm Parker Orr.
Thanks, Parker. The full version of USD's annual Security and Fire Safety Report can be found online.
Vermilion Public Safety is holding an open house on Sunday afternoon. Attendees will get to meet Vermilion first responders as well as enjoy some hot dogs and refreshments. There are activities for kids such as a bounce house and a chance to see the fire trucks and ambulances. The open house will take place at the Vermilion Fire and EMS station from 2:30 until 5.
Next, on Coyote Sports, the football teams pick up another win at home.
And one football player is close to beating a school record.
Day in and day out. From one field on to the next. Dedicated, restorative, and driven. To the American farmer who represents the roots of our country, we thank you for all you do.
This is Coyote News.
The football team faced their first ranked team of the year. This is Coyote Sports. I'm Jacob Pierce.
Volleyball started conference play against Denver and Oral Roberts. I'm Mohammed. The football team took on the Southern Illinois Salukis in a top 20 ranked matchup. South Dakota started out hot as they scored the first 28 points to open the game with 3 rushing touchdowns and an 80-yard receiving touchdown for J.J. Galbraith. The Coyotes would keep the momentum up as they took a 35-7 lead going into halftime. Southern Illinois closed the lead, getting another touchdown of their own, but Travis Tice responded with this 20-yard score. South Dakota would go on to win 42-13 over the Salukis to open conference play. The Coyotes head on the road to face Murray State before coming back to the Dakota Domes for Dakota Days next week. The football team is on track to break records with multiple players. Coyote News' Charlie Preen talked with one of those players about his accomplishment.
USD senior wide receiver Carter Bell is currently making history at the University of South Dakota. Bell now ranks 4th in receiving yards and 3rd in receptions in a career at USD. Coyote Sports caught up with Carter and asked him about his growing legacy in the USD record books. However, Bell remains focused on the team's success.
Last year when it started coming out, I kind of try to ignore that stuff for now. I'm just focused on winning and, getting to Frisco.
Bell's journey on the field for USD began in 2019. But he points out that his early success was because of a few great leaders.
Caleb Van Der Esch and Cody Case. Cody was actually kind of the reason I came here. Because I believe we have the same play style and kind of matched in the offense together. But once I got here, they both kind of took me under their wing and, just kind of, told me the ways and how to do stuff. And when they left, I kind of, tried to mimic after them.
For younger players looking up to him, Bell says it's important to observe those around you.
I'd just be present in the moment, learn the game at a high level. Take your time. Don't come in here and, think you're the top dog right away. Just come in here, work your butt off, stay silent, put your head down, and you'll get to where you want to be.
However, Bell's career is far from over, and with more games to play, the Coyote wide receiver is on pace to leave an even bigger mark on USD football history. For Coyote Sports,
Bell is set to make his 49th start on Saturday.
The volleyball team set a season high as they opened up conference play. Against Denver, the Coyotes had 3 players with 12 or more kills as they beat the Pioneers in 3 sets. South Dakota then traveled to face Oral Roberts, where the team had a season-high 11 service aces in a 3-set victory, while winning set 2, 25-8. The Coyotes return to the SCSC with a record of 10-3 to face St. Thomas tomorrow night. The men's golf team competed at the Tommy Invitational against 4 other Summit League foes. Cole Withrow led South Dakota, finishing tied for second out of 62 golfers with a score of +1. As a team, South Dakota took 4th place behind NDSU, St. Thomas, and Northern Iowa. The team finished with a score of +28. The team finished 3rd out of 5 conference teams competing. South Dakota tied with St. Thomas for the lowest team score in round 3. Coyote News' Maggie Bishop is live in the muck with the 2-time Player of the Week for men's golf, Max Schmicke, who finished 31st in the Tommy Invitational. Maggie?
Thanks, Jacob. I'm here with Max Schmidtke to talk about his golf season. Max, with the team placing 4th on Monday, how do you feel the meet went overall?
I think it went pretty well. The conditions were the toughest we've seen so far this season. It was really windy, and just the setup of the course was very firm and fast, and the pins were tucked in some areas where you really had to be in position to get after them. So with that being said, I think we did a really good job of managing, especially the final day, I think we shared the low round of the day with St. Thomas, so able to hang in there and build some momentum coming into our home event this weekend.
And with having such a successful season this last year, what was your mindset coming into this season?
Just to kind of keep building on it. It's my last year here, so I mean, I don't really have anything to lose, which can be stressful, but it's been pretty peaceful so far, just kind of going out there and playing because I love to play the game with my great teammates and my coaches. So not many expectations at all, just really trying to make the most of it and kind of play each tournament that I'll be able to look back on and be happy with.
And has your training changed much with your new coach, Chad Green, entering the picture?
A little bit, yeah. We've used a different stat tracking system, so we've kind of structured our practices in a different way. Kind of combining things that we're doing well with some things that we need to work on. So it's been good. I don't think I've ever done the same thing twice at practice, and we play a lot, which is good. Obviously, you can kind of be on the driving range and working on your mechanics, but it's also really important to be able to score the ball on the course and kind of keep that fine-tuned.
Thanks for being here with us today, Max. Live in the muck for Coyote News, and I'm Maggie Bishop.
Thanks, Maggie. Schmidtke and the rest of the Coyotes will be back in action next week as they host the Throwdown up top.
The women's golf team was also in competition, but they went to the Pat Bradley Invitational in Miami. Katie Nicola led South Dakota, finishing in 25th out of 75 players with a score of +7. The Coyotes as a team took 10th place out of 14 teams with a team score of +45. The team competes next week in the Loyola Parkinson Family Invitational.
The USD Women's Club Volleyball team hosted their annual golf fundraiser. The event, hosted at the Bluffs Golf Course, featured teams of 4 competing, with proceeds going back to the team. Vermilion Tanagers softball coach Louis Budmeyer participated in this year's fundraiser.
Feel pretty good about where my game's at. I mean, average golfer, but beautiful day, sunshine, out with some friends, gonna have a good time. It's always a great thing. I'm a high school coach as well, so I always love people supporting other programs. On a beautiful course here out the Bluffs, doesn't get much better than that.
To find more information on the women's club volleyball team, find them on Instagram at club_USDFB. The tennis team went to Colorado for the 2nd time this season. Sorcha Caves and Katarina Kurcic both earned 3rd place in their flights, posting records of 2 and 1 on the weekend. Bia Havlikova and Grace Chaddick went 2 and 1 in doubles play, while Selena Bird and Anna Medvedev went 3 and 2. South Dakota is back in action at the ITA Regionals starting next week.
The cross-country teams competed in the Gaines Creek Classic, facing off against over 30 teams. For the women's team, Madison Brower led South Dakota, finishing in 68th out of 329 runners with a time of 21 minutes and 21 seconds. That helped her pick up her first Summit League Peak Performer of the Week. The Coyotes finished 24th as a team out of 38 teams. Caleb Rivera led the men's team, finishing in 53rd in the 320-runner race with a time of 24 minutes and 8 seconds. The team finished 20th out of 36 teams. South Dakota faces off against conference foes this week as they compete in the SDSU Classic. 2 Vermilion High School sports have state meets at the start of next week. The boys golf team heads to Hartford to compete for the Class A title. The 2-day event starts Monday, where the Vermilion boys will tee off from 9 to 9:40. Tee times for Tuesday will be determined by score from day 1. Scoring will be both individual and team. The girls' tennis team will be in Rapid City as they compete in singles, doubles, and team scoring for the Class A title. Doubles play start at 8 on Monday and Tuesday, with singles play starting at 1:30 on Monday and 9:15 on Tuesday. That's it for Coyote Sports.
When we come back, we ask students what should replace Coyote convenience. Stay with us.
I did it with my boyfriend.
I did it when I turned 18. I did it with my teacher.
I feel behind. I haven't done it yet.
You can register to vote in South Dakota by printing the voter registration form, filling out the form, sign it, and then submit it to your county auditor. Your voter registration form with an original signature must be received by the auditor 15 days before any election if you wish to vote in that election.
This is Coyote News.
A pygmy hippo in Thailand has become an internet meme. Mu Dang was posted on the Khao Kio Open Zoo's Facebook page and became an internet star within a few weeks. Mu Dang's name literally means bouncy pork in Thai, which is a type of meatball. The name was chosen by fans through a poll on the zoo's social media. The zoo director has begun copywriting and trademarking Mu Dang the hippo to prevent the animal from being commercialized by anyone else. He said that after the zoo does this, they will have more income to support activities that will make the animals' lives better.
Coyote Convenience, which once stood at the corner of East Cherry and North Dakota Street, has been torn down.
But construction workers have been building an entirely new building. We asked students what they wish replaces Coyote Convenience.
Here's what they had to say.
I think we need a bowling alley.
A Taco Bell.
We need a Culver's in Vermont.
A Taco Bell, for sure.
Crumble. I'm gonna go Crumble. No, a Target.
Hands down, Taco Bell. I drive to Yankton twice a week just for Taco Bell, so Taco Bell.
I think another bar would look really good right there.
Raising Cane's.
I'm hoping another gas station with cheaper gas, but it's probably going to be a coffee shop.
Maybe another fast food place because getting kind of tired of all the places here.
Either a Taco Bell or a Raising Cane's.
Hopefully like a Taco Bell or like a Cane's or Chipotle.
I think they should build a pet store. We need more animals in the area.
Pan Express.
A 7 Brew because I'm really missing it here. So it needs to be a 7 Brew, and if it's not, I'm gonna be pretty upset.
A new holler, R.I.P. holler.
A Taco Bell, because I like Taco Bell.
Maybe they build a second McDonald's that you can choose which one is better.
I think they should put another McDonald's because it would be really funny if there was 2 McDonald's right next to each other.
Me personally, I agree with whoever said the bowling alley. I love going bowling, but I hate driving to do it. So I'd say the bowling alley.
I think me personally, I'd like a hoo-hot around here. I think my wallet might be empty by the end of the week, maybe.
Hoo-hot is a nice idea, but I would have to agree with Taco Bell from a lot of the students.
Yeah. I feel like we need more places for sweet treats, like a froyo place or a crumble or something. Yeah.
Sometimes you deserve a sweet treat. So.
That's all for Coyote News.
Check out the Volant online for a look at how sports and theater have come together.
Listen to 91.1 for news updates throughout the week and for coverage of your USD sports.
Don't forget to follow our social media pages for daily updates and the weekly poll. Have a great night.